All right. Hello, everybody. This is my week 3, module 3 rocket elevators collaboration project. So we are here on the main index page. We were asked to go through and change font styles to a sans serif. I chose Roboto Flex. We were also asked to incorporate the color blue from their logo, as well as highlight important dates such as 1976, which was their foundation, in red and bold that. On this page, we also separated the pictures out to space them, similar to what they were down here in the news section. Uh, all of the paragraphs throughout this page are also font has been changed, which I chose an IBM Plex serif font. Stayed with the blue theme throughout, carried down all the way through the contact page and into the footer. While we're here on this contact page, we were asked to create a fetch or a post. So I will show you how I got that operating. Use capitals here. Take email. Favorite cereal. It's for commercial. And we'll go ahead and hit send, which will sends it to the API that was provided. And then we get this fallback message of everything that we had gone ahead and submitted in those fields. Okay. So moving on from here, the next thing we were asked was on the commercial and residential page to create a table. Before we get to the table, I will go through and just kind of show you. We carried that blue font theme throughout, blue and red, highlighting 1976, and red again. The fonts were changed to the exact same, that IBM Plex and the Roboto Flex, which was a sans serif. Down here in the regional agents, you'll see this is the table that was created using a post fetch method. It is filtered before it's even displayed, only showing 95% or greater. All the regions are displayed here. You are then able to also filter or sort based on that region. There's nobody in the east or in the west. Here also, though, you're able to order them alphabetical based on first and last name. And then I also added, just in case you wanted to know who's the most expensive or the cheapest, filtering here on the fee as well. We carried that blue color font throughout with some red hints here and there. The same thing applies over here on the commercial page. Table functions very well the same. And just for fun, going back to the home, the next part was on the quote page. On this page, we also carried out that blue font with the sans serif Roboto Flex and the IBM Plex serif fonts. Additionally, we were asked to have these background tab colors change depending on the building that's selected. So as you see, I selected residential. All the tab headings turn to a light color blue. Okay. And the math works in here as well, just making this up as we go. C5. And then based on this product line you choose, you will see that the math down below also changes. Okay. Back to the top. If we were to go to, let's do industrial next. You'll see that those tab colors then go back to that original gray that they were, which was requested by the client. Number of elevators, let's say we need 5. The field populates. Same thing down here, based on the product line, the values will all change. Last but not least, let's go ahead and select commercial. Those tabs then change to red. Say this is a big building. A lot of elevators. Occupancy per floor. That makes it a little bit better. All right. I will now go to the back end and show you some of the code. Okay. Pulling up the code, the main, let's go ahead and close this. The main index HTML, this housed the contact form. You can see that I mounted the fonts up here at the top, commented in green. I commented out most of the sections just so I could identify where things kind of were. The tab nav. The services. The news section. Into the clients. Last but not least, here's the contact form. Okay, so this is where all the areas were for the inputs that we would then collect. Okay, so the JavaScript I actually used for that post was done here in the contact.js form. Here is the actual fetch method I use down here with comments out. This is where I chose to have it displayed in that modal footer section, which was in this main index HTML. On the residential and commercial pages, both very similar, but this is where we had the agent table ratings. So I'm already here in the agent rating section. So you can see I have my region select option here. This is setting up the actual table. To actually import this information, we use the get fetch method. And I put all of that in the residential.js and linked this JS to both the residential and the commercial HTML pages. But in here, you'll see a very similar looking fetch, a little bit different, gave me a little bit of a struggle, but overall, we ended up getting the outcome that we kind of wanted. And then these are just different functions that I created in here to help me filter that table by region and by rating. The filter by rating, I actually, like I said, I put it up here. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. I put it up here in my actual fetch method just to filter it before it even hit the page. And then for the quote page, to get the colors to change on that tab, this is the quote JavaScript file that was created. Down here at the bottom, we simply just added additional steps that would help change those font colors for the tabs, or background colors for the tabs. I apologize. And then finally, one of the very first things we were asked to do is change the fonts, which I attempted to do here. This sets the font to sans serif and IBM Plex. So all the paragraphs right there are an IBM Plex. And then all of these IDs and or elements right here were turned into Roboto Flex. And that is my week 3, module 3 project. Thank you very much.